Okay, let's talk yogurt. Okay. Yogurt is very expensive in Canada as well, along with cheese is very expensive. But then again, cheese is expensive in Australia as well. So my favourite yogurt to eat is Chobani back in Australia, but I also like Siggy's. Siggy's is actually quite good. I didn't realise it was actually international. I thought it was just limited to Australia and maybe one or two other countries. But yeah, it's available here. But this also is a favourite of mine, the Tree Island yogurt. And also, I want to go back to, remember these? I used to grow up drinking those little things. But I want to point to this product here, BioK Plus. Now, in Australia, we have a thing called Yakult. And I always thought that Yakult was actually only available in Australia, even though it was invented, I think, in Japan somewhere. It is actually available in Canada at T&T Supermarket and some other supermarkets possibly as well. But it's made under license in the US. It's not actually made in Canada. So they have their own called BioK Plus. So it's really expensive. Like you can see, it was $30. And I bet you there's tax on that as well. So let's move on to butter. Okay. Butter is quite expensive as well. And I don't like salted butter. I like unsalted butter, so I'll see what we can find. I might be out of luck. Cows are selling butter in supermarkets now. They are actually more well known for their ice creams. And if you've looked at my video before, in my YouTube channel before, you'll see the video on cows and how I tasted some ice cream, even though I'm lactose intolerant. That's the only time I had it, just once. And it was pretty good. Okay, in the butter, I usually buy Fraser Valley, but only if they have unsalted or not salted, and in a small block, which is not going to be possible anyway. So, eggs. The price of eggs is not too bad at the moment, but I'm not keen to buy eggs in Canada because they actually bleach their eggs, which means they're removing the protective coating over the egg, and there have been videos on that, and I don't like white eggs. I prefer my eggs to be naturally brown, even though people are saying some eggs are white, some eggs are brown, some eggs are green, some eggs are sort of off-looking colours. Depending on what the chickens eat. But yeah, they are known to have in Canada bleached eggs. That's why they're all in the fridge and not on the shelf. Even though it's freezing here, they still need to be in the fridge. Unlike Australia, where we have our eggs on shelves and some of them in the fridge, obviously for very hot days. So now we move on to juice. Oh boy. I used to drink a lot of Tropicana until a chef friend told me what they do and how they process Tropicana, and it did not sound good. So I don't have a favourite juice at the moment. I do try to drink the freshly squeezed juice, but in Canada it's very expensive. And also, it's not very common. Like, you could buy fresh cold-pressed juice in Australia and Sydney for about maybe $3 for a small bottle. Here, you have to pay a lot more for it. Now, these here, I don't believe they are. They're not cold-pressed. These are actually shelf-stable. So there's something in it that must be keeping it from having to be refrigerated. These are the only ones I've seen that are refrigerated. The other one that I bought from Vancouver down to Whistler with me, in the same brand, in the same jar, and in the same flavour, is actually non-refrigerated. So, yeah. Okay, I think that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.